is Aliza Page. I'm in 12th grade now. I have a cat, a brother, and then my two parents. My favorite hobby is probably reading, and I play video games with my brother a lot, but he usually beats me, so I kind of rage quit. My dad was in the Navy for over 20 years, so we moved everywhere. I was born in Washington, and then after that we went to California. I lived in San Diego. That's where I got my dog. His name was Oakland. He was my best friend, him and my brother. I really liked all my experiences. I think it taught me a lot about different cultures. My brother and I were really close. Like, we were best friends. My mom was super close to God, like insanely close. Like, that's one of the first things I can remember is getting up in the morning and seeing her with her Bible study. I can remember that from Washington, actually, when I was only 2 when we lived there. My mom always prayed that my brother and I would have a bigger relationship than she has with God, which is a lot to say because she has an incredible relationship with him. And it paid off really well because I trust God with everything my whole life. During that time, I got in a car accident, like a really bad one. Like, my face looked like Two-Face, like it was bad. What happened was that my face hit the seat in front of me, and then I hit the window, and then the airbag hit me. And the doctors were worried that my eye was gonna go into my eye socket. And I had a lot of prayers over me. I loved the attention, to be honest. I got a lot of teddy bears and stuff. I've had a lot of, like, health things come up, and they never stopped me. Like, it just proved to me more that God is who he really says he is. Like, he is true. And then we moved up here, and I had no friends. We kept trying different churches, because in Wisconsin we had a really, like, good church. Like, we kept going there, and then once we moved, we had to find a new church, and we just didn't feel like we belonged really anywhere. And we went to this one church, and we happened to go there on a day of a baptism, and the pastor was so passionate about it that after that sermon, we were in the car, and I just accepted Jesus into my heart. I was like 11. We moved to our own house in Lewiston after 5th grade. Middle school was when I found reading, and that's when, like, everything boosted up for me, because then Oakland and I would sit outside and just read, like, 4 hours a day, and then we would, like, go on walks and go to hot shots, and, like, Jesus knew that I would need him, and he was there for me. And I'm so disappointed he died because I'm not ready for this. Like, and it was right before I got my license too. I was like, dude, we didn't have to walk to hot shots anymore. Like, we could have drove. I go to LHS. The kids there I don't really get along with very well, but that's okay. They're just highly inappropriate for no reason. So I usually just keep my headphones on for the most part. Yeah, Jesus definitely keeps me in line, because without him, I would definitely be a whole different person. I'd be a lot more aggressive. I feel like I'm a more easygoing person, and that's definitely all because of him, because without him, it would not be okay. I want to be baptized because I really want to follow Jesus for the rest of my life. For me to follow Jesus, it means to persevere, do the right thing even when it's tough or if I don't feel like it, which happens quite a bit, if I'm being completely honest. There's a lot of times where I don't feel like it, but I will persevere. Jesus is always there for me, and I know that, so I know that he'll help me through any struggle I have. And I want to be able to help people with that, and I can't really do that if I don't follow Jesus. I would like to thank my mom. She's so amazing. I love that woman. She would wake up and do her Bible study. I remember that ever since I was 2. Like, that's how big it was for me to see that. My brother and I always grew up on VeggieTales. Like, thank you, Mom, for that. I'd like to thank my dad for the experiences I've had, because without him being in the military, I would have never had that. And that is a big sacrifice to make. I'd like to thank my brother for always being there for me. He's my best friend, 100%. I would choose him over anybody. I'd like to thank my dog, because without him, and I wouldn't be nearly as confident, because he made me feel like the best person ever. I'd like to thank Aaron for making this video for you to all see. I'd like to thank all of you guys for being here to see me get baptized. And I'd like to thank Andrew for helping me in my walk with faith. I'm Aliza Page, and I'm so excited to get baptized.
Part of the reason why we do baptisms this way with a My Story, and often we post them online as well, is because I think it harkens back to the moment that Jesus was baptized with John the Baptist, and people would go out to the desert, to this place that was isolated, out in the middle of nowhere, and they would bring their family and their friends, and they would hear this crazy guy talk about preparing the way and making sure that their hearts were ready for what God was about to do. And that's true today still. And as much as they celebrated in community when people would go and decide, I'm going to be part of this movement. I'm going to do something in my life. And they would get baptized and then celebrate. This is also our opportunity to celebrate this decision, same decision, that with your life moving forward, you are deciding that regardless, highs and lows, whether it's easy, hard, difficult, and everything in between, that you have decided, predetermined ahead of time, that you're going to follow Jesus. And we're so excited about this for you. I love the fact that anytime you walk into a room, you're very quiet, and yet you have this there's a brightness about you when you walk into a room as well. And I think that that's just a little spark that God placed in you. And even in the pictures, you can see it throughout the entire time. So, Aliza, today it is my privilege to baptize you in the name of the Father who loves you, and who died for you, and the Spirit that lives in you.